What's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition. This is Shopkulture. Once again, thank you for joining every Tuesday. You know what it is at 8:30. I'm joined once again by my producer extraordinaire, Nick Jones.
Yo. What up?
What's up, Nick Jones?
Man, I can't call it. It's been
And I'm going to be joined.
day.
It's one of those days, huh?
Well, it was a breezy day for me.
Okay.
I can't complain.
Okay. How's the weekend, though?
What did I do this weekend? I don't even remember.
Oh, snap. A lot going on.
I can't even call it. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah, the weekend was cool. It was chill for me. Man, went to that disappointing game, though. My Hawks.
See,
my Hawks.
Who y'all play?
We played the Titans. I went with my boy who's a big Titan fan, and man, I ain't gonna lie.
I saw that picture.
Man, I was talking mess.
Hysterical.
I was talking gang of mess. hey, boy, I was quiet. I was heated.
Y'all lost that bad, huh?
Yeah, you know. Yeah. So. Oh man. So, anyways, Hawks, man. Only thing I can say is the second week. Plenty of football left, Hawk fans. Don't desert us. We're coming. We're gonna be joined. No, it's a first loss. We're 1-1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know when you're up by 15, man, at CenturyLink or Lumen or whatever you guys want to call it at the stage, you should win those games. You should win those games. You got Russell Wilson, Jamal Adams, DK Metcalf. These are games you should win. Anyways, guys, I'm not going to.
All that Arsenal is still lost. Yeah. All right.
Well. Anyways, disappointed. I'm joined once again, though, by Miss Nadia.
All right.
Hi.
How you doing, Miss Nadia?
I'm good. Today was, a day to have.
Another day, huh?
Another day, another dollar, something like that.
That's what they tell us, man.
That's what they tell us.
I know. I want more dollars.
Right.
Just
a couple.
Give me more dollars. Just a couple extra. Yeah.
Just a couple.
I want to say what's up. We got William Mark in the building. What's up, Will? We got the real Tasha Haskins.
And she's tuning in from YouTube. That's what's up. Y'all need to check out the YouTube page for algorithm's sake. Get the likes up.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Go and just mash on that like button.
Yes.
We appreciate the presence here on Facebook, but Facebook is kind of like where the old people dwell. Get where go where it's happening.
Wait. Nadia gave you that look like who you calling?
Old people.
Nadia agrees with me. She ain't old.
Oh, she said no. She said old. Yeah, she ain't old.
Nadia, you millennial, right?
I am 34.
There you
34.
go.
Okay.
So we the same age.
You guys the same age.
Yeah.
So she's shaking her head because it's like,
So should we go to YouTube? Huh? So go to YouTube, or is that what the old folks are on Facebook?
Do both. I mean,
yeah.
We want premium engagement.
Yeah.
We want premium engagement.
We want premium.
So get to YouTube.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
I like what niggas saying. Tell it like it is. So guys, thank you guys. Go Niners. Whoever that Niner fan, I don't even want to. I'm not even acknowledging no Niner fan.
I'm not about that.
I'm done.
I mean, I'm a Saints fan, but I'm definitely not a Niners fan.
Well, you weren't a Saints fan last weekend.
Yikes.
Ooh, you guys got Saints. Oh my God.
It's okay. We still know how to party, though.
Come on. Hey,
You'll always have a good party with us.
Well, we're quiet about that. Well, hey, true that. So, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Shopkulture. Man, we had a week. That last episode, we want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in, being a part of that. And yes, we had a little bit of, some situations, but we were able to overcome.
It was real and authentic. We need a part 2.
Yes.
You ask me.
Yes, and Nick is absolutely right. He said we need a part 2. Nick, you're absolutely right. We're going to have probably a little different situation, but it's going to be, yeah. But I think the content on there and the topic was really good and informative. And I just want to commend you. You did a really great job,
Oh, yeah,
Nadia,
of excellent
keeping
job.
composure.
Well, thank you.
And no, just allowing the moment to take place, recognizing it's a moment and it shall pass. So I want to thank you for that. I think everybody, and especially you too, Nick, you did a great job also on that. So everybody, I couldn't be more prouder of that moment. So, but now it's on next week, this week. So what is on board on the topic? But real quick, Nadia, you know we're gonna have a conversation.
Yes.
Somebody said a shampoo. Now you know I ain't doing no shampoo. I don't know what you. This is wrong.
Somebody also said the Niners have 5 rings.
Okay.
A long time ago.
I know. Yes.
Let's not.
Yeah.
I don't, because we can easily detract into football talk.
Okay, but this is kids. Okay, but you have to understand that people living in the 70s and 80s. Listen, yeah. Come on. What have you done for me lately?
Right, like let's come on, make it relevant.
Make it relevant. You know, real quickly though, you said something last week that caught the ear of a few people. When you said you are not single until you wait. What did you say? Wait, you are single until you're married. Excuse me. That's what you said.
Yes.
Right.
I'm single until I'm married. Yes.
Can you just, go into detail about that one? Because there was a lot of people that went,
So, for me, now I'm 34 and I've learned a couple things, just a little bit.
Okay.
Legally, I'm single. Right? Legally, there's nothing on. If I fill out some paperwork, it asks me what is my marital status, and I have to put single. In a relationship, I can be committed, I can be loyal, I can be dedicated, all of that. But for me, until my life combines with another person's life in a way that we are really commingling things, for me, my thought process is while I'm still in this, I still have to kind of put myself first. So when it comes to making a big decision, I am allowed to put myself first because there's nothing holding me in that relationship that's for me legally binding. If I decide to if someone decides to wake up the next morning and be like, you know what, this was a good run, but you're not the person I want to wake up to every day. Mm-hmm. They can say that, and they can go. If I'm married, there's a lot more conversation. Now, does that mean a marriage certificate is going to keep me from getting cheated on, from getting a good marriage, no, that doesn't, it's not my golden ticket. This is not Willy Wonka, but it does allow for certain conversations to be had, certain aspects to be had, and certain benefits. If my significant other is in the hospital on dying because I'm not married to him, the doctors don't have to tell me anything. And I could be the person who's been by his side for 10, 15 years, but legally I'm a girlfriend. Girlfriends don't get benefits. Girlfriends don't have say. Girlfriends don't have say, but wives have say.
It's a fact.
Ooh, okay, so real quick.
But also, it allows me to understand my role. So while I might be committed, I am not that man's wife. I am not supposed to technically be his helpmeet. If he chooses to do something outside of me, that is his right. We don't have to work as one. And I have to allow myself that freedom and that space to understand that. So that's why for me, I'm single until I'm married.
Wow. Real quickly, I want to hear, Nick, what's your views on that?
I agree with her 1,000%.
Wow. Okay. So let's ask the watcher, the members, Shopkulture members, what do you guys see? Do you guys agree or disagree with this? I think that's an interesting statement, especially I'll be honest, coming from a woman, because usually I think that should be something like maybe a man would maybe try to say. I almost think you're minimizing being a boyfriend or being a girlfriend, though, because it's still a step before that, right? Right.
It's still quite a marker to have, but it's also understanding the lane. I I can't really put as much. I've done that. I've invested in relationships where I was acting as fully committed, putting everything, and at the end of the day, they didn't have to choose me. And so I'm sitting here heartbroken because I was overplaying my role.
Okay, so you're talking more on the privileges aspect of things. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily privilege. It's just the whole aspect. As a girlfriend, at that point, I'm a girlfriend. Like, yes, we can still do life together. Yes, we can still think about and plan our future. But as we're going along and planning, and I'm still gathering data, technically, I'm still gathering data. For me, that dating, that boyfriend and girlfriend stage is you're still trying to show me why I should say yes. And I'm still showing you why you should even ask me. I think there's always a pursuit that should still be happening for both men and women.
But that's still happening as a girlfriend boyfriend also though. You should still it's still happening even in the girlfriend boyfriend stage. That should still be happening, right? Because the goal, if you guys think that you know come to an agreement that the goal is either A, be married or live together, the goals you should always pursue.
Absolutely.
You hope so. You know? So absolutely. But if you're seeing somebody though and you're telling them that, hey, I'm still technically single, do you think that they would probably accept that or be like, wait a minute?
It's how you frame it, I believe.
It's how, right.
It's how you frame it. You don't just come out and say what you just said.
Okay.
You take the approach that she just presented. That right there, you're unpacking something that could be viewed as complex. You know, this transactional dialogue that we're having right now on the matter. But if you come out and it's like she just said, understanding your role and staying in your lane. That's something that I got to check with the relationship that I'm in right now. Because when I'm in a relationship with my girl right now, I'm just naturally assertive. That's just how I am. I give and give and give. And I got to check myself to make sure I'm not over-giving, for lack of a better term.
Well, that might because be a personality
because like I just said, that's something that's dialed within me. But if I am doing that to a point where, hell, she still has the wherewithal to not choose me, to break up with me or whatever, that causes a lot of, like she said, heartbreak, stress, headache, all those negative things, and that anchor back into emotions. And what she's saying, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nadia, instead of doing those things, playing a role that you're not even, it's not even really your role. You're just, like she said, you're just a boyfriend or a girlfriend. If you're staying within parameters, then you'll come out more successful and just, what am I trying to say? Not hurting yourself.
So then, is it an open relationship? Are you allowed? Are you allowed to date somebody else? Is she allowed to date somebody else?
No. It's. I mean, that's a preference thing right there, right? Like each couple should understand that. I'm saying is in this state of boyfriend and girlfriend, I am honoring those roles. I'm still honoring you as my partner, as the person that I'm choosing to grow with. But at any given moment, it can be said that this is not who I want to be attached to forever. And I don't have to, but I gave no, I got it. I'm hurt because we may have been talking about something, but at the end of the day, if we choose not to take that step, we just choose not to take that step together. And it hurts and it sucks, but it'll stop the 3-4 years of now I got to go and re-heal because I played my role.
And in understanding that role.
And your role. It's just language, you guys. That's all it is.
But it is hard. It is hard for other people to understand that because when you have this dated thinking that you're with me, I'm with you, I own you. I'm my own person.
Exactly.
My bills, my name is on my bills.
And I understand that, but not everybody sees relationship as an ownership though type of thing. They don't see
Not
it.
everybody,
Most do, Mary.
but
Most do.
yeah.
The whole exclusivity of it all is.
But you guys are
just
still
another
saying you're
way.
exclusive though. You guys are still saying you're exclusive.
That's just another way of.
But
One
you understand
can
you're still saying it's semantics. That's all it
But
is.
here's the thing. So here's the thing. There's a difference between being exclusive and trying to own somebody. I've had many relationships or situationships where I'm dedicated in a relationship, but because they think they own me, my friendships with men are supposed to be cut off. And I had to tell a guy, why would I cut off relationships with the safest men I've ever known since I was 14 years old? Because you're in my life. These are the safest men I've ever known. And I'm supposed to cut them off because you put a title on me of a girlfriend?
I mean, but not everybody sees it. I understand what you're saying, but not everybody would see it like that. You still can have.
That's not my problem.
You can still have friends, but it's just having respect in those parameters with your friends, right? You still.
So here's my experience. I have friends that I've had since I was 14 years old. Best men I've ever known, safest men I've ever known. We don't cross boundaries. We're family. We're like family. But men see me as property. Say, but you don't need them anymore because I'm here. I don't know that you're completely safe yet. I'm still learning you.
Which you should, and I agree with you on that. But those are the men you're choosing too, though, because not every man would see you as property. Right. Like I own you. Right. That's not even a relationship. For sure.
But that's why I play my role. That's why I play my role.
Okay. All right.
If I'm married, we can have a different discussion. But by the time I'm married, a discussion has already been had with those relationships.
Yeah. Okay. Somewhat. I agree. I just think that it's still in the role. You might not want to say it, but still a girlfriend, still a boyfriend, right? Yeah. So it's still that. It's just you're just saying overall. If you choose to leave, I'm just not investing all my emotions into whatever it is called situation. You want me to say?
I think it's more investing my emotions into an ideal.
Okay, you want to say that?
Because if I'm thinking, okay, I'm this girlfriend and I'm here and I'm still got to prove myself that I can be a wife and I got to do this, that, and that, giving him access to certain things about me, and that doesn't happen. You got your people mixed up.
Okay.
Get your people mixed
up. Interesting. But we wanted to kind of, like I said, we did have some feedback on that. So I wanted to have you elaborate on that. And okay, we hear it. Nikki, anything else to add?
I think she explained it perfectly.
Good. So now we can get into the
That's where people get it messed up when they don't understand.
Yes, and they don't.
That's, to me, that simple explanation that she just put out.
Yeah.
People don't adhere to that, so that's why folks are at where they're at in the relationships that they're in.
Well, that and people don't want to accept it either, though.
It's the same thing when you don't want to hear and adhere to certain information, like what she just put out. Of course, they're not going to want.
Yeah. Now, can we also say that you said that when somebody heard this, what you said, they got offended?
Yes.
How offended did they get? Did they be like offended where?
I think whenever, and it's not the first time I've ever had to have this conversation with anybody, but I think it's one of those aha moments where oh, so if I want more, then there are certain roles I have to play to get her to play, if that makes sense, right? I've done the whole, let's just see what happens, and ended up nowhere. But here's the thing. I'm still kind. I'm still generous. I'm still attentive. I still pick up on needs. I still read cues. I still decide what's special. I still do all of that because that is just who I am as a nurturer. Mm-hmm. If I care for you, I care for you outside of any romantic box.
That's your trait. That's
just who I am. And so I don't like that to get confused. Like, oh, you're trying to be wifey. No, that this is just who I am.
Okay.
But when you hear that I'm single till I'm married, that means you don't get to just string me along. That also means I can do what I want if there's been no box of commitment. Whether it's in a relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend or engaged or married. If you let me do the whole string along, then you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the same access.
Were you guys able to come to an agreement?
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, so I guess, yeah. Well, so I guess that single to you're right. You got that right. No, I'm just, okay, interesting.
Like, still
Well, point taken. So let's get on to. We got the topic that actually had some juice. I'm gonna have
Yeah, you shot me 2 topics.
the one with the Daisy.
Yeah, I'm about to. So the first one, we'll just go over this one first.
Okay.
Turning down sex. Let me go ahead and get the banner up.
What?
All right. So that's the banner. You guys go ahead and marinate on that. How would you feel if your partner turned down your request for sex? What would you say or do? I'll let that marinate for everybody get their thoughts together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and y'all have at it.
Nah, Miss Nadia, ladies first. What are
Okay.
your
So if my request is turned down, I'm gonna be hot. First off, I'm gonna be hot about it a little bit. Like, I'm asking for it. Clearly, I want it. But I think there's a lot of factors that should be considered, especially as a woman. If a man is turning down sex from me, which is typically a woman trait, right? If a man is turning it down, there's something else going on. And I'm not meaning that he's cheating.
Because I was about to ask.
Okay.
No, I don't think the whole, every time it has, no, I'm not going to go there.
Can a man have a headache? Can he have a headache? Can
he can have a headache. He can have a bad day. He can be stressed. He can
his football team lost. I mean, there's a lot.
Football team lost. Work is bothering him. Hey, our communication. Hey, I may have missed out on some type of communication cue. And he's like, I don't like you right now. and so for me, as like kind of I'm not going to say empath, I'm going to lead on the side of caution of there's something going on. Because for men, it's light switch, right? Like on, off. For women, it's the whole warm up, blah, blah, blah. So if I'm not getting it, and I think I'm checking all my boxes, then I'm going to start asking questions. Not in an evasive way, but in a place of concern.
Well, yeah, and that, I think that should be it. But are we talking about, is it one time? Is it 2 times?
I was about to say.
I mean,
I need to know what happened.
Saying what's the atmosphere like? What's the temperature? Sometimes you have to read the temperature. Sex is a temperature thing too, right? It's a passion thing. So sometimes, are you going through a phase? I mean, I think those are questions that need to be asked.
Right.
So to not ask him or not to find out rather than to act on emotion, because a lot of times you act on emotion, you get your feelings hurt, you're feeling some type of way, you're mad, that creates havoc. So I think the main thing is the communication needs to happen.
I think for ladies, and I'll never be one of ladies, you need to do blah, 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 blah. Nope, I'm all kinds of male power. But I think we do have to practice empathy in the lane of don't take it personal. We can't take everything personal. We can express things, but that doesn't mean it's about us all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's hard. It can be hard when we feel in our feelings, but if we step back, assess the situation, then there could be a bigger fish to fry than the fact that, somebody doesn't want to give them 3 minutes of their time.
Oh, you damn. You did 3, huh? Shit. All right. Yeah, and the thing about it, but like I said, it is an emotional thing, though. And I think sometimes, especially when women get turned down, it can become very toxic.
Wait, what?
It can become very toxic when you turn down a woman from sex. I agree with that. Yeah.
Wait.
What does that mean?
I was gonna ask, like, what does that?
What does that look
Oh, oh man, emotional, very emotional.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I see what you're talking about. It's happened.
It gets very emotional, very extreme.
But I think that it can be.
Accusations come out.
They immediately jump to those conclusions.
It's the worst. I think, like you said, men are somewhat used to it, right? So, man, we just have to chalk it up. You might, get in your feelings, but you're not accusing. I mean,
Right.
Accusations do come. They come just flying out.
So,
who's the other one? What you doing? So.
Like now I do believe that intuition thing can lead. So listen to it, but don't get mixed intuition. Don't mix up intuition and emotions.
Which is what often happens with a lot of women. That's the problem. Yeah, I was going to say, that happens a lot, and because it's just like I just don't feel like it today.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like I just want to be over here.
Yeah,
it's simple as that. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no crazy complicated mathematical equation to it. It's just nah, I'm good
at this time.
Cool out. Yeah. So I think
let's high-five it out.
Yeah, but I think if it's something that's happening like
on a regular
time, then okay, there could be some cause for concern there. Because if you ain't getting it at home, you're getting it somewhere.
And then sometimes sexual being compatible with somebody, sometimes it's not there.
Yeah.
Or it dies out. It's no longer there.
The flame
is gone.
Yeah. Now that's another conversation, is how do you rekindle that flame? Because once that flame is gone, what are you going to get that back?
Or how do you just say, look, it's not there no more. I got to clock out. Because you got to have that conversation too. One. It is a tough one, but that's the conversation that needs to be happening with couples that don't watch, which is why I believe a lot of people trail off and cheat. Instead of just confronting the situation and their partner, significant other, whoever they're dealing with, instead of just letting them know, I don't know, it's just I'm not feeling it no more.
Would you say that when it gets to that point, it's beyond a physical thing though?
Somewhat, I think somewhat.
I mean, if it's solely a physical thing, and then I feel like it trivializes sex between intimate couples. And I don't mean intimate and physically, like emotionally connected couples. So if sex is gone,
there's definitely emotion and a mental thing going on there too. I wouldn't just say that it's just a physical thing.
But you think they're separate for men and women? Because men and women cheat differently.
Yes. Men and women cheat differently, but I still believe that there's two kinds of I think when it goes to that point, there's cues. There's been requests. There's been requests for something outside of sex.
From the man, or are you saying from the woman?
I think there can be from the man.
Yeah.
If someone is asking for just a little bit more verbal appreciation, a little bit more attention to detail. I've known some who they had the chick, but she would just not. A good friend of mine, they had the girl, they had the wife or whatever, but she just wasn't in tune with who he was. And so he went to find women who were just more nurturing. It had nothing to do with sex. He just wanted some nurturing.
Yeah, and that does occur. I just think
there's variables. There's other variables that play into other than physical.
It is. But usually for a man, it's usually a physical type of thing, though. It's usually what they're looking for.
So a guy friend of mine told me that men cheat two different ways, and for how you can get over it, because I've been cheated on. He's like, if it's with multiple women, it's a sex thing. You can get through that.
Absolutely.
If it's one woman, that's a whole relationship.
That's a relationship. Yep. That's a girlfriend. That's a girlfriend. That's absolutely, and it's not going to be able to be.
That's emotional.
It's emotional, but that's just like with women too, because in women it's an emotional. When women check out,
they're out.
Yeah,
they're gone.
Out. Yeah,
they're gone. For bros, you might as well pack the bags. It's a wrap. She gone. So that's the difference, right? Men, you can cheat and go back home. They can do this for years, you know. Rite of passage for some men, right? Women, nah. They're not going to have multiple relationships like that for a period of time. It's just not happening. Mm-hmm. And usually, you gone.
Yeah. We just look at sex as a thing.
It's an outlet.
It's just that's how men, I would say, most men look at it. Whereas it's more of a connection thing, emotional thing with women, which is why they don't just go. A lot of women don't go out and just, smash for sport.
So that's not true always.
Oh, I said most women, not all.
He just said both.
But I think there's a more common, or at least a more open approach for women that sex is sex. Just that.
You're saying now in today's
now.
Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah. It is. I can see that more.
And I feel like because I've noticed that some guys who will say vocally, I'm just here to smash, I'm just, in and out, and they get a chick who actually treats it like that, and they get their feelings hurt. They're like, oh, you didn't think it was something? No, bro. You were here for 5,
I think that's a rare case though, because
that's
dudes
ego.
Because when if a dude runs into a chick that's on the same program that he's on, where it's just like, look, we just here to get it in and get it out. The dude he's rejoicing for that with that. He's like, cool, I got me a chick who actually.
I can leave right after. I don't have to sit and cuddle. I don't have to lay down. I don't have to conversation.
Do you think there's guys who want to? They may not want that commitment or that all that stuff, but the fact that a girl is cool with just
the dude. You ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You got a point.
That's an ego. That's kind of a hit to the ego. You just broke me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that does. I'm not saying that does not happen. You definitely got, dudes out there that run that, that race.
Yeah.
Just saying, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, that's, I don't know. In my opinion, that's just that's not a common.
It's not a common occurrence.
Yeah, it's not a common occurrence.
Interesting. Well,
I would love to be on the women's side. Because it's common.
Man, but things are changing too, because there are I call it part of women's empowerment, that women have a mentality like some men do. Like, hey,
they're totally adopting.
You know what I'm saying? They're going in there, they're buying you the drink at the, popping the game to you, treating you like a damn. Yeah. So it is it can hurt some feelings. Definitely.
I've had occurrences where a guy was like, well, can we do? I was like, if I decided that was the thing, it just wouldn't be you. And that hurt his little feelings.
Well, you called him. You said you hurt his little feelings. So
you gotta pay attention to verbiage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think a little bit, yeah.
I meant to hurt his feelings though, because he was coming at me all kinds of stupid. So.
Have you ever had a man just come on the real and that you just kind of accepted that? Like, okay, he came with you. Like,
this is what I want, and this is, yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
It was great. He got a little like, are you okay? I'm like, I didn't think, was I supposed to think about you today? I didn't.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
The ego thing, he probably thinking I put it down.
I put it down
all day. But why isn't she texting me?
Yeah. He's looking at it. Hey, looking at that text.
He wasn't in there like he thought he was.
No, now you're hurting feelings.
I've just really learned from past experiences is pay attention to what people are saying. Stop digging deeper and trying to make something there that isn't. Exactly. So if you tell me that this is what you want, cool. If it's not what I want, then that's fine too. But if I give you exactly what you want and then now you're upset about it, do we need to go back to what the drawing board was?
Well, people always miss.
That's what stuff gets complicated. You just got to eject altogether.
You do, yeah. But people do misspeak too. People tell you something.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if people speak, or are they used to running game and forgetting that they might run across somebody who's cool with it?
But those are similar things though.
But I think for women, I think we're always in position to prove our worth, unfortunately, right? So we are in certain sense, we're always in some type of position to prove our worth. So even though if we hear someone like, well, I just want to go with the flow, I want the flow to be me. Am I not good enough to be in your flow? Like, what if I do this? You know what I mean? So instead of hearing, I want to go with the flow, understanding the lane, and just flowing.
But men are like that too, though. Men are very ego-based.
You turn that around. You're a part of the flow.
You're part. Yes.
You're not the flow, but you're a part of it.
And the reason I say that, all a woman has to do is tell the man either A, he has the biggest one, or that's and all those type of things. And his ego is just, you can get everything. Get a new car. You know what I'm saying? You run all types of.
That's a naive dude right there.
So for guys, how do you stop? Like, how does the flow become an actual direction?
Ooh. Yeah, man. Ooh, that's a good one.
Because it looks like so many people get caught up in flows, and then they're looking like, we're actually in a relationship? Like, what happened? Did I miss something?
What happened? Yeah. Went from.
Why are you up on me? Like,
I think
and then it's like, but we were flowing, and you flowed into my house. You got stuff over here. I got stuff over there. Like,
but the flowing is wrong. It's not good. Go ahead, Dick.
I think it anchors back to what you said, to what Nadia was saying about staying in your damn lane and understanding your position and having conversations and knowing what it is that you're doing so that you can keep the flow directing in which you intended it to flow into in the first place, rather than just, sporadically moving about and then it's all over the place to where now you have no control of said flow that you put out.
But that's why instead of flow, it should be intent.
Right.
Because flow gets you in trouble. Because flow gets this. You're having stuff over there. You have assumptions of relationships that are not really spoke.
Intent is important, man.
Let the intent.
One time, the coldest, and whatever. The coldest thing I ever did was I packed up somebody's stuff in a cute little bag, because don't leave stuff in my house, with the toothbrush on top. And his face was like, I was like, oh, I'm cleaning, and your stuff doesn't belong here because we're not together.
But hey, he was over there enough where he thought you guys were together, though.
We answered that, Tasha.
Woo! What happened?
We answered that. She's like, she said, how does the flow become direction? I just answered that.
Well, you said
I just answered that.
Yeah. William Mark said, flow to something else stems from ego. Yeah. I think it's both.
Yeah.
It's it's an intersection. That's what it is. It intersects. So let's go on to the next topic.
Wait. Before we move on, has that ever happened to you, as far as you either rejecting somebody or someone rejecting you? And how did you, in either, scenario, how did you react? How did you respond?
I mean, I think
go ahead. Me?
No, I was asking Barry.
We're asking you, Nadia.
Oh, okay.
Nadia, I wasn't asking you.
We're asking Nadia.
You already
deal with that, Nadia?
Barry does this all the time.
How do you deal?
He does not want to be. He doesn't want to be transparent. He doesn't want to give his.
He's going to ask the question.
Matter of fact, let's just move on because he ain't gonna answer the damn question anyway.
I want to answer it later. I'm gonna answer this one for Dick. Yeah,
all right. So
that's why we got you. You're the transparent one, bro.
Who, me?
Nick is the one.
No one.
We got Nadia. Yeah. This
they want to hear everybody, especially the OG, the creator of this whole
right.
We're here. I throw myself under the bus all the time.
You sure do. I enjoy every minute that you do.
Also called being transparent. Next.
I'm writing a book, so we can.
Are you?
No, hell no.
You pick up that audio book.
Yeah, audio book. It'll be about 3 pages. And
15 minutes.
3 minutes, 3.5. Yeah.
All right, next topic. Let me get this banner together. Boom.
This one was. Whew.
I'll read it because it's a little the font. It's a lot of ass, but the font.
Why are you mad?
Look, that's all that needs to be said. Not there. Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm
True
here
or
for
false? True or false? What attracts a man's attention doesn't always attract his respect. What turns a man's head doesn't always turn his heart. Ladies, please dress how you would like to be approached and talked to. Don't dress like a street vendor and expect to be treated like a queen. Full stop. How I rock at all. I'm just reading what's on the screen. So, with that being said, y'all go ahead and have at it. I see Nadia has a lot.
Ooh, shit, Nadia got turned red. Look,
I
I can tell.
Because they said don't dress like a street vendor. God damn.
Bro, I was dying when I see that. But you know what's interesting, real quick? People thought that we had wrote this or said that, like, no, we didn't. We don't.
Somebody thought we wrote this.
Yes, I got that.
That's why I had to put that disclaimer out.
No, and I put another disclaimer on about the shop culture and all that. People, we don't write the memes. All right, I don't know how that's hard concept to understand.
This is open for conversation.
This conversation, that is it.
I think your comments are coming in slow, Tasha, because
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, she's okay.
Just to answer that whole.
All right.
But anyways, back to the topic. So what are we thinking?
Anyways, I always say a woman should be able to dress any type of way. That is her body, her life. I mean, it amazes me that we still in 2021 is still a discussion about how somebody dresses and whether or not you can control, your thoughts or just. It's just men think that they have a right to something. It's just no, you don't.
This is always trying to police something.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's trying to police it. But then
she wearing that. That means she's a hoe.
But what amazes me though is y'all approach these hoes. Y'all be the first ones to line up to approach.
Liking
it. And Instagram be full of you know what I'm saying, your comments and everything else. But then you want to disrespect. It's just a crazy it's back and forth. Weird. Really weird. What you got to say?
Like for the respect part of it. I think how someone dresses is how they choose to represent themselves. How you choose to respond is a reflection of your character. If a woman is dressed in any kind of way, that does not give you the right to address her in a way to demean her. And I do not care for the whole that's the tagline of respect women because that's someone's daughter, mother, sister. How about respect women because they're people? Point blank. Do they have to be some bodies in order to get respect? Or do you have to be attracted to them to respect them? Now, what turns your head? Certain things turn my head. That doesn't mean I'm going to go for it. Like, you might be a good looking person. Okay. But that narrative that a woman who is exposing herself that makes you uncomfortable has no character. Because what doesn't known is that there's a lot of women out there who decide to dress the way they want to and are amazing mothers, professional, are amazing, just outstanding business owners. But because she has some short shorts on, then she's reduced to a hoe? Or are you mad that you can't actually get her?
I mean, what you said.
And then there's the other half where you can be dressed fully covered. I'm technically one of those. Like, I'm not big on the whole flaunting my body. That's just not for me, particularly. But unfortunately, I still get men that approach me inappropriately, and I'm like, I did not put the bat signal out. So it's really a character thing. How someone presents themselves, that's on them. How you choose to address them, that's your character. And if you choose to only see a woman in her physical form and never get beyond that, then that's your loss.
I mean, I totally agree. Even though Marcus said it depends on the venue. When you're at a club, Vegas, casino, to me, it doesn't matter how somebody dresses. You shouldn't dictate what their character's like. I mean, it's just you shouldn't.
Are you quick to cast judgment though? Even if you're not verbally like putting it out there, like
here's where I might be like,
everybody says that.
Everybody does that. That's
They got a point.
Well, here's the things, like maybe it's something that, things that make you go,
Right.
If I'm at Wild Waves with a bunch of children and I see Miss Ma'am in a thong string bikini, I'm really like, do you, boo? But do you have to do that around kids?
It's her expressing herself.
It's her, yeah.
And it is, but then I'm like, now then I like question some character things, because why are you inviting your sexuality into a kid's place?
Yeah,
I think you should be able to.
You're right. It shouldn't matter.
I hear what you're saying, Nadia, but y'all were just saying it don't matter.
They can call us out. You got a point, Nick. You got a damn point.
I'm just.
No, and I mean, it's like one of the
the first ones to call other women though.
I was just gonna say that
women
the first ones.
Women be the first ones, especially when they don't like look at that hoe. Y'all do be
calling. She know damn well she had all that ass out of her. Chuck E. Cheese. All these kids.
And that's just like it's around kids. But if it's like in an adult setting, I'm just like, kids are going to be dealing with enough as it is. Why can we not protect their innocence in all aspects as we can? Kids only get 18 years to be that.
Okay. Well, let's take the kid part out of it. Just in general, women do.
In general, that's your thing, girl.
Yeah. Well, women do judge other women pretty harshly, though.
We do.
When they see something like that up, they say something. I think almost more than really guys say so, because I think guys are looking.
It's the one-off comments that guys make that I see or hear a lot of guys making. But a woman will go into a whole
monologue
spiel about what this woman is wearing, so
let that woman go to church. Let that woman go to church like that.
Ooh, you go here.
Ain't gonna be the men. Ain't gonna be the men talking.
They're gonna be looking,
when women do it, I think we always look at it as like we're always in positions to be judged anyway. So why was that not a forefront? Like, I'm here for protecting my sister, and I'm definitely like my sister's keeper. Okay. But if my sister is in an environment that, like church, like something that's more of a wholesome thing, and you choose to do that, I'm not judging you as like, ooh, who do you think you are? I'm just like, what is your thought process? I'm curious as what your thought process is. And if it's just, this is what I like, and that's fine. But that's
But she has a right to dress like that.
She does have a right. Like, do your thing. I get that. But I'm always cautious, just me, I've always been, I know what I look like. I know all of that. But I've been more a person where I wanted to be heard and remember for what I was heard than what I was seen, if that makes sense.
No, it does. I hear you.
So if I really want to be a person that is respected in certain arenas, yes, I should dress that way, but I'm also cautious of just certain things. Mm-hmm. But I can still express myself any way I want. Yes. But I'm also aware that people see me before they hear me.
The problem is, and I'm not saying you don't get attention, but the attention is real when you are dressed like that picture. When you go to Instagram, there's not fully clothed getting that type of attention.
Right.
That's real.
You put that on for a reason.
You put that on for a reason because you want the attention. So regardless, because I hear what you're saying, but regardless, people do like attention. Right?
They do. Which tells me that there's a void. Just saying.
Yeah. No, even our group, the people that are probably critical or criticized, I bet you if you look at some of their pictures, they might have something revealing on or whatnot. So, because you're doing it, you're doing it for yourself, but you're doing that because you want to be seen.
You want to be seen, exactly.
You want to be
seen. Attract attention.
Yeah. And when it comes to that, when it's someone that's that way, I'm like, you're not gonna get my look. I'm like, that's just who you are. It is what it is. It is what it is. And some people don't know better. I'll give that little bit of grace for certain people just may not know better. But then when you find out and you still continue it, oh, you just want to be seen. Cool, do you?
Well, what about like when somebody has cleavage out?
Hey, some boobs you can't control.
Yeah, there's titties out there that's just gonna be titty.
Okay, but you can cover.
You can't cover them no bigger.
You can't cover them up at all. Like
unless you're wearing a smock and a turtleneck and
comforter or something, but no. Top heavy women,
certain things like. And here's like, you as a woman, you should want to embrace your curves and want to embrace how you look. But I mean, certain things, unless you just want to wear a paper bag.
Well, that woman, what she got on, they look like they're out like at a barbecue. I'm thinking,
right.
Like that. Isn't that okay, or that's just too? Is that too revealing?
That looks like an adult event. So do you? Summertime, hot girl summer, folk girl, go do it.
So it's like when you see that, I mean,
any thought on when those type of chicks who dress like that, when you're at like a gathering of sorts, and you got your man with you, and what about that dynamic? Taking out the whole kid element.
Yeah, with my
let's say this is like one of your homegirls or associates that you just know is like, damn, this is
one of those. Yeah.
Are you comfortable around? Or would you be comfortable bringing your man around that, or just being in said atmosphere, knowing that type of that type of energy will be there?
Like if it's like a rant, like if we're just going out and I know that kind of energy will be there, I'm here for men. Like I'm into men, but I'm a point like, hey babe, you see her? She's amazing. I don't like looking to me is not necessarily a problem.
Okay, I see what you do.
Okay. So you're saying the looking part, but there's a lot of people that think that the looking leads to, the flirting.
Because sometimes it does.
Well, a lot of times.
If you go now, if you look, I'd be like, hey, I get it, cool, you're looking. But if I catch you like all up in that chick's face, smiling and flirting, and I'm not gonna say nothing there.
Okay, would you say something if this woman passed you and your man and he does that neck turn? You're not gonna trip that he turned around to look at that booty?
People are visual people.
Wow.
Like you have eyes. That person wants to be seen. You look.
Understanding.
Nick said you're very understanding.
It's a problem when that look you start breaking your neck.
You don't think that
consistently?
You don't think that's going to lead to that though? That seems to be.
If somebody wants to cheat, they will.
Right. That's true. There is no debate now. If they gonna do what they gonna do what they do.
So if you have no self-control and that look, then that's not. I can't police people's character.
Yeah, but it's also a respect thing. When you're with your woman, you probably shouldn't be turning your head.
You shouldn't. And I agree.
To me,
I cannot, at least anymore. Like I cannot put that much energy into the what ifs. Like, oh, he's looking. Da-da-da. If you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat. If you're going to have people in your DMs and entertain that, that's what you're gonna do. And I can be the baddest chick ever and do that, but if that is where your character is gonna take you, or your lack of character, then it'll be revealed.
It will, but like I said, it will. But also, I think you can also see that from the start. So if you're with somebody, like I said, and they're doing that out, to start a relationship, you're probably not going to have a successful relationship for a period of time. It's a respect thing that goes into it. And as a man, you shouldn't be breaking it.
But if you're out and about, and usually I'm going to see it first and say something.
Yeah,
because I appreciate beautiful women. Like I think I appreciate beautiful women, and I think women should appreciate and celebrate each other.
No, that doesn't necessarily happen like that.
It doesn't, but it should.
It should. Somebody asked me this. How about if you're with somebody and they go out to a spot, dancing aspect of it. Would you get mad if your man or woman is dancing with somebody else?
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sorry, hold on. Dancing is a form of expression.
Tell us that.
It's a harmless 1-2 step.
Yeah. Now we're not saying grinding. Grinding would probably be. Nick, I'm trying. Grinding would probably be where. Right? I'm trying to help. Hey, so.
Trying me, Nick.
She turned red again. 2 things. And now you don't play on that. So dancing is a no usually, or is it the grinding aspect? This
okay. Like unless first off, dancing has come a far way from a lot. So it's either folks are trying out TikTok dances, or you're practically like grinding and all that stuff. But also, usually you get girls in a corner twerking, trying to pretend they're into each other's, and guys just standing around watching. So if my guy decides to take a step out onto the dance floor with his, I've never dated a man with rhythm. That's just sad. But if you decide to go out there because you want to dance.
Let's back up. Woo. Now is it they don't have rhythm? You don't have rhythm because that's you.
No, I have rhythm.
Okay.
I love to dance, and I can.
Okay, so you're saying these men don't?
That's what you just said.
Like, why can't, and I'm like, why don't you have rhythm? Like, what's happening? And they still decide to take their non-rhythm selves out there on the dance floor so some woman can show them her mega knees. We're going to have some problems.
But what if she's fully clothed, like librarian type? You know, does that make a difference versus what we just saw in the overlay? Then, you see what I'm saying? So she's dressed like the chick that we seen in the overlay, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make a difference versus the woman who's just fully clothed? And does that play a part in?
The only woman a man of mine is dancing with outside of me better be his mama.
Are you serious? No, I'm surprised by this. I am a little surprised.
Unless, okay, here's the areas that is okay to do. If we're doing the wobble, everybody can do the wobble. If we're doing the step in the lane of love and my heels hurt, that's a safe dance and it's cute. Go ahead and get your step on. But if another woman is grinding up on you, no, that's inappropriate. That is because here's the thing though.
I thought it was just slow dance.
Because here's the thing. So that to me, that would be like allowing another man to buy me a drink.
Oh well,
you got some cats out there that don't mind that though.
You have some, but a lot of them.
I hear you.
Well, why is that happening?
I don't see what.
No, she's saying like
she's talking about a stranger,
just a random dude.
Oh, random dude. Oh.
Some men have a problem. Like, why is he buying you a drink? I'm like, because it's liquid and I'm thirsty.
Oh,
well,
so
that means I can't buy you. That he's saying I can't buy. Nobody said nothing about you. He thought I was thirsty. He bought me a drink, and he was enjoying God's creation.
That's gonna create all types of domestic disputes right there.
I don't know, Nadia, you're stepping on toes.
I know.
I see the comparison she's drawing, but
I don't know.
Because that's like, I think that's. Would you say that's more personal when a dude is, and he knows, like he's seen you walk in with the chick. He knows that y'all are. At least he has like some type of inkling that y'all are together, and he still decides to just boldly buy her a drink.
And a woman grinding up on the man that I walked in at the same time is not.
Nadia, hold on. Because if we look at our African roots and how
don't pull that. Don't
how we in the villages. What?
No.
There's a lot of rites of passage dance.
I don't know. Yeah.
Birthright dance. There's all types.
Now that I've seen a lot of married women, at the club and they dance with guys. It used to trip me out, but they didn't seem. They're dancing with guys, a little bit of grabbing and grinding a little bit. So
no, there should be grabbing. It should just be dancing.
No, they're grabbing a little bit. They're grabbing the guys.
Like I don't have like if it's just like a fun, friendly, like there's nothing but the minute you decide to step, like there's this beautiful word called boundaries, and grinding is part of that. If your behind is on my man, sis, what's good?
Oh. Whoa.
What if you right there and I'm just like, babe, just watch us real quick. Just real quick.
Ooh.
Because Nadia, I want you to see that I have no intent. This is
me. Just
I'm
not even enjoying this.
I got a couple of AMFs in me. I'm feeling good, and I'm just
I need to go to the bar and get me one.
Paris. Say that again. What'd you say, Nadia?
Oh.
I said I guess I need to go to the bar because this gentleman wants to make sure.
I'm not even mad. Oh, she shakes her head.
It's gonna be a Jerry Springer episode.
Paris is.
I'm completely comfortable with my man dancing with another woman, and I pay for dances at the strip club. No insecurities here. Winning. Winning.
Where did we step into the strip club? See, I didn't know where
just took us there. Or not Nadia. Paris just took us there.
Paris just said she had.
I didn't know we were there.
Paris just grabbed us by the hand and took us to the strip club. So we went from the dance club. Now we're in the strip club.
Right now, go for it.
I think that's a boldness that is probably appreciated by her man. Like, damn,
that's probably like, and that would be in their relation. In my relationship, the answer would just be no.
Okay, so that'd be one of the things you probably would want to talk about at the beginning because there's
a caveat though. Only a song that lasts for 1 to 2 minutes.
That's true.
The average song is about 3.5 minutes, so I don't know what song she took. I don't know what song you're talking about.
I've never been to a strip club, so I couldn't.
That's okay. I've never been to a strip club either. I don't even know what.
Are we really doing that?
Doing what? Telling the truth?
Yeah.
So what we do is we like to be transparent and talk, be truthful. And yeah, I don't know what is it. What's inside? What's inside of a strip club? Other than strippers, obviously.
Oh, man.
I hear there's books and lots of intellectual conversation and prayer, apparently.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Do they have windows in them or?
No.
With this COVID, about to have some windows. That's around. Well, guys, man, this went by quick.
It did. It was fun.
That was absolutely fun, and we want to thank Miss Nadia for coming aboard again. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Another session of Shop Culture. Once again, guys, we want to thank you guys. Make sure to like and share. Thank you guys for the participation on the live group.
Yes. Oh, man. We have 1.6.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Within like the past week.
Let's
go. It's going up. You know?
Thank you guys for tuning in every Tuesday at 8:30. Nick. Oh, once again, man, and you know what? I'm going to make an announcement. An old friend of the show, Mr. James Hill, is having his birthday this Saturday.
Oh, snap.
Happy birthday.
James has been, Doc has been living his best life. He had on a cowboy hat and a cigar, and this dude, I'm like, he's enjoying.
Doc is like, yes, you got like 9 lives. Hey, man, hey, salute, right? Hey, what can you? Hey, that's my deal.
Hey, I can't. Hey, listen. People process differently.
Right. So anyway, La Familia this Saturday, Doc's birthday.
This Saturday? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So
you ain't been there? You can check it out. Nice sports bar, Des Moines, Washington. Check it out.
What time?
I'll find out.
We'll pull up.
Yeah. Oh. yeah.
And dance.
And dance. Some people gonna be dancing.
Okay. I mean, shake your groove thing, Nick. I mean, go for it.
Nadia, you gotta come. La Familia, right?
I'll see what I can do.
Pull up.
So, guys, thanks again, Nick. Any last words?
No, I'm good. But this was
cool.
A dope episode. Nadia brought a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
No dancing show. Yeah. Can't dance.
You dance, I drink.
Yeah, I drink.
I'll
be at that bar. Get that.
Equal opportunity, you know.
I hear it. I hear it. I'm not mad at it.
I know. Thank you guys once again, like we always say. Man, stay safe. Be blessed. We are out.
All right. Go ahead and get this outro going. All right, Nadia.
Bye.
Peace.